I'm Nikki and I'm a doctor working in the UK in Milton Keynes. And I did the Financial Freedom University about 18 months, 2 years ago. It was something that I desperately needed to do at the time. I had just turned 30. I was having a bit of a turning 30 life crisis, which I think a lot of people do at that stage of their life. And I realised that my finances would be a big part of that, life overhaul. I read Anne's book, I did the 30-day challenge, and I think that was the point where I realised that I had a lot of work to do and I had a lot more information to learn. And I wanted to. I felt like a sponge. I was soaking up all of this information. So Financial Freedom University for me was that natural progression, that natural next step that I took. If you're worried about it now because you're worried about the money, or you're not sure if it's going to provide you with what you need, then I can tell you categorically that yes, it will. Now, the reason for that is because I went from being somebody who had a decent salary but nothing to show for it, as in no savings, no investments, no stocks and shares, no understanding of how my money worked, to somebody who now has a very good structure in place for how I allocate my funds, who has stocks and shares, who started off her own pension fund, who has an emergency fund in place, who reads about money and business voraciously, which is something I never ever did before, and somebody who now has got a very clear understanding about where she's going and where she's heading. And for me, that's been the most priceless thing about doing this course. I was miserable in my career. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I now have a much better understanding of myself and of what I like to do. And I couldn't have done any of this without Anne. She started this ripple effect, if you like, this complete overhaul of my life. And for that, I'll always be grateful. So now I'm giving back. I'm teaching other so-called millennials about money and about how they can save and invest. And I want them to participate in their own rescues. And I want to show them Anne's work, and I want to teach them about what Anne's done for me. So if you're thinking about doing it for you, don't even think about it anymore. Just go ahead and do it. You won't regret it, I promise.